Hey, welcome back to Time with Mr. Goetz. I think this is number 10. We've been at this for a while. I miss you guys. Hopefully, I'll start to see some of you soon. But as we get closer to summer, I want to think about something, the life skill of perseverance. Sometimes when things get tough, or things start to get a little boring, or we just want to give up, we stop. But if we do that, we can't get where we're going. And I know that sometimes people do crazy things when they run into something they can't get right. The first time they don't get it right, they just quit. But with perseverance, we've learned that sometimes if it doesn't work the first time, we just try something different and we do it again. And we try and try until we get where we need to go. I like to think of it about kind of like being stuck in a maze. If you ran into a dead end in a maze, you don't just sit down and start to cry, or you don't get mad, or you don't hit the wall and yell and scream. You just go, oh, well, that didn't work. I'll try something different. And you go back out and you try a different way. Same thing's true in real life. Sometimes we have to try things more than once. Sometimes we just have to try and do it a different way. We call it perseverance. Sometimes we call it grit. And there's science that shows that grit and perseverance is one of the key factors in getting what you want out of life. So let's read this story, The Most Magnificent Thing. The Most Magnificent Thing, written and illustrated by Ashley Spires. This is a regular girl and her best friend in the whole wide world. They do all kinds of things together. They race, they eat, they explore, they relax. She makes things. He unmakes things. One day the girl has a wonderful idea. She is going to make the most magnificent thing. She knows just how it will look. She knows just how it will work. All she has to do is make it. And she makes things all the time. Easy peasy. First, she hires an assistant. Next, they gather their supplies. They set up somewhere out of the way, the middle of the sidewalk, and get to work. The girl tinkers and hammers and measures, while her assistant pounces and growls and chews. When she is finished, she steps back to admire her work. She walks around one side. Her assistant examines the other side. It doesn't look right. Her assistant picks it up and gives it a shake. It doesn't feel right either. They are shocked to discover that the thing isn't magnificent or good. It isn't even kind of, sort of okay. It's all wrong. The girl tosses it aside and gives it another go. She smooths and wrenches and fiddles. Her assistant circles and tugs and wags. When she is finished, she stands up and takes a long look at it. Her assistant gives it a nudge with his paw. The thing is still wrong. She decides, I'll try again. That's perseverance. Didn't work the first time, so we'll try again. The girl saws and glues and adjusts. She stands and examines and stares. She twists and tweaks and fastens. She fixes and straightens and studies. She tries all different ways to make it better. She makes it square. She makes it round. She gives it legs. She adds antenna. She makes it fuzzy. She makes it long, short, rough, big, smooth, big, small. One even smells of stinky cheese. but none of them are magnificent. Her hard work attracts a few admirers, but they don't understand. They can't see the magnificent thing that she has in her mind. So she gets mad. And the angrier she gets, the faster she works. She smashes pieces into shapes. She jams parts together. She pummels the little bits in. Her hands feel too big to work, and her brain is too full of all the not right things. If only the thing would just work. What do you think? If it doesn't work, does getting angry make it work better? Crunch! Oh, the pain starts in her finger. It rushes up to her brain, and she explodes. It is not her finest moment. I think we've all been there. It's not working. We end up getting hurt. Everybody gets upset. I'm no good at this. I quit. Her assistant suggests a walk. It's not much help at first, but before long, she starts to feel different. Bit by bit, the mad gets pushed out of her head. Looks like she's eating a cookie. It's hard to be mad when you're eating a cookie. As they stroll along, she comes across the first wrong thing she made. The bad feelings are about to start all over again, but then she notices something surprising. There are some parts of the wrong things that are really quite right. The bolts on one, the shape of another, the wheel to seat ratio of the next. There are all sorts of parts that she likes. By the time she reaches the end of the trail, she finally knows how to make the thing magnificent. She gets to work. She works carefully and slowly, tinkering and hammering, twisting, fiddling, gluing, painting. Her assistant makes sure there are no distractions. This guy says, "This is the perfect thing to ward off bears. This will stop. Oh, this one's all wet. This will stop that leak." The afternoon fades into evening. Finally, she finishes. She alerts her assistant. The pair take a good long look. It leans a little to the left. It's a little bit heavier than expected. The color could use a bit of work too, but it's just what she wanted. They climb aboard and take it for a spin. They are not disappointed. It really is the most magnificent thing. She tried. At first it didn't work, but she didn't give up. She made it again and again. She kept trying and trying. She found that when she got angry, that didn't help. If she sat down and cried, that didn't help. If she said bad words or yelled at people or tried to hit something, that wouldn't help either. But when she said, "You know what? That didn't work. I'm going to try something different," and she persevered, she ended up with the most magnificent thing. So, as we're finishing up this year, I want you to not give up. Don't get mad. Don't cry. Don't quit. Don't say bad words or try to hurt somebody. Just persevere. Show some grit. Finish strong and become the most magnificent thing. Hey, make it a great day or not. The choice is yours.